Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry about the wet hair, we've just come out of a shower. We had a really intense morning doing some amazing exercise. We hiked up a mountain and then ran back down. So it was very cool. We're pretty sore and exhausted, but feeling amazing, and we felt very inspired by the activities we did this morning to make this video.
Yeah, as on our way up the Pilgrim's Trail, as it was called, we came to a beautiful temple in the jungle. And it was really, really stunning. Quiet, serene, river running through, beautiful.
Breathtaking,
yeah, really breathtakingly beautiful. And it got us thinking about how grateful we were to be where we were at that point in time, how blessed our lives are, how we've taken so many great steps to be here today. You know, hard challenges that we've faced, obstacles we've overcome, a lot of personal growth, and we just felt a great deal of gratitude. And it got us thinking about other adventures that we've been on, like hikes in beautiful parts of the world.
Other temple sites that we've been in awe of.
Yeah. And we said to ourselves, do you remember how, you know, after our 1 year sabbatical, we said to each other, you know, if we died now, and this was at age 29, you know, we'd be happy with the life that we'd lived. And now, 7 years on, yeah, we can confidently say the same thing. And that's an amazing place to be in.
Yeah, and so the reason why we started to think about all these things was you would have heard on the news about the bombing in Bangkok. And that really shook us up because we've lived here for 2.5 years previously, and we spent a lot of time in Bangkok. We've already been there twice this year.
Yeah, and we lived there for 2 months at one point.
And we know that place very well, and you know, we could have been there. Things happen all the time. It just puts things into perspective that you're really, really grateful for the life that you have, the life that you're living, and all the things that you're doing.
I remember back in 2010, there was a big bomb that went off in a similar area, and a lot of people died. Once again, there was a lot of political unrest at that time. And
the side of a building was just all...
Yeah, one of the big shopping centres, Central World, I think. And yeah, again, we could have been there at that time. We were an hour away from Bangkok at that point, but we'd been in Bangkok just prior, so...
It just kind of shakes you up, it puts things into perspective, it gets you thinking about life, the bigger questions.
How it could all be over in a second,
it could
in a moment.
Yeah.
And how so many of us get bogged down in the little nitty-gritty things, you know, he said, she said, they did this to me, I feel like this because, you know, of that happened to me or whatever. And, you know, we do tend to get bogged down in this, and it can be crippling. And we can live our lives in a state of, you know, complaining and in a state of fear. Fear of rejection is a big one. Rejection, you know, what will my family think? What will my partner think? What will my friends, colleagues think?
What will society think?
Yeah.
Strangers that we don't even know. A lot of people are more concerned about what strangers will think of them than what they actually think about themselves. So what we wanted to say was, please, live in the present moment and start to prioritize the things that are really important in your life. What's your bucket list? What are all those things that you so want to do, that your heart is bursting for you to do, that your soul is saying, wake up, do these things before it's too late? And
don't make the mistake that many people fall into, which is, when I'm retired, I'm going to, you know, do A, B or C. Work towards those things now. Take little steps every day to work towards that bucket list, those goals, those dreams, those desires. Don't wait, don't put them off.
Exactly, and what a lot of people do is they say, all right, I want to get here. I want to get to, let's say, the top of the mountain. And if they don't get to the top of the mountain within whatever time frame they've set themselves or whatever, then they fail. They're failures, and they leave the whole idea of ever attempting that mountain again. If your ideal situation is to get to the top of the mountain and you only get halfway and you have to turn back, that's all right. If you get 3/4 of the way and you have to turn back, that's all right. Wherever you get to on that mountain is perfect, because that's the stage of your journey in this moment. The main thing is you took action to follow through with your intention to attempt the mountain. I hate climbing Doi Sotep. I hate cycling up that thing. It kills me. I'll be honest. I hate it. The mountain and I, we're not friends yet. And there I have to stop. Often I cry. I actually pull over and it's so physically exhausting that I cry. It brings me to tears. It takes me to a mental and emotional place like nothing else. It pushes me. And then I get to the top and I go, F you, I did it. Okay? It feels good. And if I have to pull over, if I have to have a cry, if I have to turn back, it doesn't matter because I keep attempting the mountain and one day we will be friends. So,
you're conquering the mountain within is what's really happening.
yes.
And another great example would be, let's say you've just come to this high-carb vegan lifestyle of healthy living and fitness, and let's say you're 300 pounds, and let's say you want to drop 100 pounds. And you might say to yourself, I'm not going to get on YouTube now because I feel self-conscious about this weight. I'm going to wait until I drop 100 pounds or 150 pounds, and then when I've got some results, I'm going to get on YouTube and I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. No, get on today. Start the channel today, because you will always be appealing to somebody somewhere out there. And if you change just one person, that one person, if they're positively influenced by you to go vegan, is going to save the lives of at least 35 animals a year. Some estimates say even higher. So wouldn't that be worth it? Just starting that channel and starting to document your, health journey? Absolutely.
At the end of the day, nobody really cares that much about what each of us are doing. We think that people care more than they actually do. People have attention spans of like 3 seconds. Get on Snapchat. I mean, that thing just goes so quickly. People don't have time. They don't have...
They're way too busy. They're bogged down in the day-to-day tasks and activities that they've got to do. And remember, everybody is pretty much self-centered and focused on the self. So if that's the case and everyone's focused on themselves, they're not really caring about what you're doing.
They're not. So stop worrying about other people and start living your life for you. If you're dissatisfied with your job, get out of it. Change it. If you have a relationship that's not supporting you and you're not growing with your partner, get out of it. Change it. There are certain things that obviously we can't change. If you already have children, then you're going to have to raise those children. If you don't have children and you're not sure if you want children, then don't breed until you have lived your life, until you've sorted through your problems, until you are as whole of a person as you possibly could be in this present moment, before you think about bringing other children into this world.
Because otherwise you will just perpetuate whatever lack or whatever dissatisfaction that you have, onto the children.
Exactly.
They sense everything, they feel everything, and plus you set that example for them.
So start living your life as though it's the last day. And yes, it's cliche, of course it is, but when we have things like bombs going off, it does rattle you and it puts things into perspective.
It doesn't even have to be a bomb. You could have a car accident and die.
In
fact,
fact,
you could be hit by a car as a pedestrian and die.
I was hit by the car the other day. Just the other day, we were stopped, we're on our bikes, came to a complete stop. A few seconds later, a car hit me from behind. It was slow, thank goodness, I'm fine, the bike's fine. But I fell off, the bike half went under the car. And it was just like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, the guy in the four-wheel drive was probably on his phone and wasn't paying attention, and the car kept rolling forward. Now, if he'd been going at speed, he could have been under the wheel.
Exactly, I was just completely shook up. And, again, anything can happen at any time. So please, start thinking about the things that really matter in your life, the things that you really want to do and achieve, and the person that you really want to be. Stop worrying about the little things, as Lucas said, he said, she said. Yeah. Stop worrying about what your weight is, honestly. It makes no difference. I mean, do the best that you can if you're living, eating, feeling healthy. The weight comes off in time on this lifestyle. Stop focusing on a number, start focusing on how you're feeling, stop focusing on what people think, start focusing on how you feel.
Maya Angelou had a great quote. She said, I've learned that people will not remember what you said, people will not remember what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. So how are you making people feel? And that will be determined largely by, are you living on purpose? Pablo Picasso said, the meaning of life is to discover your gift, and the purpose of life is to give it away. We feel that we're doing that through vegan education and health education on this YouTube channel, through our online health and lifestyle coaching, helping people make healthier choices, better lifestyle decisions, and in turn we're saving animals' lives and we're saving the planet. That's why if we died today, we could confidently say we're happy with the life that we've lived because we've been living on purpose and we've experienced a life of adventure. So ask yourself the same question. If the answer is no, I wouldn't be happy if I died today, then make changes today because you could be dead tomorrow, literally.
And maybe you can't change your life overnight, and that's okay. But start taking steps, one step at a time. In a couple of months, or maybe it's going to take a year or whatever, eventually you will get to where you want to be. But don't just look at other people who are living on purpose, right? Oh, well, it's easy for them, you know, it's whatever they've done. You got to take responsibility. The guy next door is coughing his lungs up 24/7. What is he doing? Smoking all day. And when he sees us outside, pumping the tyres on our bike, ready to go out for a ride, what does he say to you?
You have no idea how much I envy you.
Don't be envious. Be motivated. Be motivated and get up that mountain, whatever your mountain is. Start climbing it day by day, because this could be your last day.
Share down in the comments below, what's your bucket list, your mountain, and what steps are you taking to climb it and conquer it?
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next video. Bye.
Bye guys.